Certainly want to look out for Jacoby Bentham as well.
You have to look out for
Going
Nia
forward.
Brown.
Nia
in
Brown
the under
one to
15
look out
girls.
for as well. Going forward. And the under 13 girls.
Janae
Eswick.
Eswick, yes.
Janae Eswick looks pretty good. So you certainly want to look out for Shazari Hunt. Shazari Hunt. She may factor in terms of the field events more so than the.
If she's still jumping.
If she's still jumping, yes.
Right. I think she has a personal best in the high jump of 130 or something like that, which isn't bad for as a primary school child. And if she wanted, she would have only really been doing some coaching, some training in that high jump. Well, maybe 3 months before the knapsack competition. So I think she should have stayed with it. I hope she stayed with it. We look at the under 17 girl division. Ian, what names do you see pop out at you? Vassia Boys, Dacia Clark.
Certainly, those two. Samuel Atkins.
Samuel Alkins in there.
Yeah, Samuel Alkins as well. His name pops out as being one of the standouts of
the under 17 division as well.
17 division. We look at the
Dominic Lafon.
Dominic Lafon is definitely one to look out for. Dana Brathwaite as well. And they're looking at the boys, Jamal Burke.
Johnny Ince.
Johnny Ince. He's certainly one of the young men that I would like to have a conversation with today. Himself and probably Dominic Lafon. I believe he'll try to get into contact with those two athletes so we can talk to them a little bit and get a perspective as to how their preparations are coming along, Perry.
Yes.
As they look forward to the Zone and BSAT meet. So one lap around the track for each of these athletes. 4 by 400 meters. So I think there's some issue here with the lane assignments. Not quite sure.
I think the lane assignments are correct, but it's how they were printed. They were printed in random order, not in the order from 1 to 7.
Well then, once all is good to go, in lane 2, we should have red house. In lane 3, blue house. In lane 4, orange house. Lane 5, green house. Lane 6, purple house. And in lane 7, yellow house. 4 by 400 meters. Open girls. More so the senior girls you'll see among these ranks, though. Probably would have to be an exceptional junior athlete to be included.
Yes, we're not seeing any of those newcomers.
The area behind us where the drums were once being beaten and the voices once being raised. It's a little quiet now, but I'm sure that once the event gets started again.
Oh yes, Ian. Just as you calm before the storm, actually. Just to calm before the storm.
Well, we await the storm.
We welcome the storm. See the second leg athletes getting the last minute instructions from Mr. Cox. They believe they run the first 100 meters in the lane, and then they will run scratch from the 300 meter mark. So as Ian runs off to try to corral the outstanding athletes in the different age divisions for our final interviews before we close off, I will be left to call these races. I want to thank all of you on Facebook for joining in. I'm going to mention a few of you. Deirdre R. Nelson. We want Richard Ordwin. Thank you, sir. When we get back to that, as they go off 4x400 meters, and Yellow House on the outside. Yellow House going off nice and strong. First leg. The rest of them are just jogging as it appears to me. So Yellow House is going out. 200 meters to go for the athlete from Yellow House in the first leg of the 4x4. All the rest are just cruising. Pace is very slow from second down to last place. Yellow House coming down the home stretch for the first handover. The rest of them are just cruising, jogging, walking even. But not Yellow House. Yellow House means business. First handover coming up. The team from Yellow House, they're definitely going to hand over first. That's going to leave Dominique Lafon with a lot of work to do in this second leg. Going to leave her with a lot of work to do. Blue House off on a jog as well as they hit the 300 meter mark, and then they're going to go into the lane number 1. It's still Yellow House on the outside, going up the back stretch with a sizable lead, about 50 meters. Dominic Lafont just content to try to close the gap. Purple House now handing over. Orange now struggling to come in, but 150 meters for Yellow House. Can Dominic Lafont catch up with her? 50-meter lead for Yellow House over Green.
Lafont is probably going to close pretty strong.
Yes, Lafont is starting to kick for home now at the 120, and she's coming off the bend. Yellow is trying to hold on, and Lafont is trying to run her down. Yellow is struggling. Green coming.
Lafont is running her down, Perry.
Green is coming
down. They're within striking distance now. There they go.
There goes Yellow. There goes Green. And I think we may see one of these teams being lapped. One of those teams at the back being lapped if they don't watch themselves. Blue now handing over. Red. We have purple and orange out there battling for last place.
The young lady
battling to get out of last place.
She was taking the baton, Barry, and using it as though it were a baton that you would use to conduct an orchestra.
So, and meanwhile, up front at the 200-meter mark, we have Yellow and Green. And Green is making a move right now. There goes Greenhouse in the front. Yellow House is fading, and fading fast. Greenhouse going. We really can't see anything now because all of the children are on the track. So we have to wait until they get to the last, just about 5 meters or so, to see what is going on.
And just like that, Perry, the 50-meter lead that they had on that first leg has been erased.
And there's Greenhouse now handing over. Final leg, Greenhouse. Yellow House struggling to come in now in second. Hand over in second. And up the back stretch, we are going to see a team being lapped. It looks like Purple House is going to be lapped by Green.
All heart and soul,
yes,
Perry.
Purple House is going to be lapped now. Red hands over.
She's lapped now, huh?
Yeah, she's been lapped. Purple has been lapped. Blue House now hands over.
Dana Brathwaite bringing it home now for green. She's not going to be challenged about some at least 120 meters or so between herself and the rest of the competition.
Oh, yes.
It's a lot of daylight.
Too much daylight. You see two teams still trying to finish their handovers. Purple has been lapped. Green now wins. Green wins. Purple now gets the baton.
Wow. And the young lady from Purple House has gone up, but here crossing.
Yellow now finishing up.
Yellow, yep.
Red House coming down. The race is on for third. Vasir. Third to blue. Red fourth. The young lady from Red cannot believe it. She has a look of disbelief on her face, like, what really just happened there? She just could not believe it.
Legs a little heavy, Perry.
Yes. Purple. Remember they were lapped. The young lady from Purple was really trying to close the gap. She's not going to get it done, but valiant run nonetheless. She's actually closed the gap somewhat.
She has closed the gap
because there were some 100 meters ahead. So, and we see the girl, we see the young lady in front of her looking back over her shoulder, which is telling me that she's just making sure she's not closer because I really can't sprint this.
And there's Miss Hawkins spurring her on.
And orange is going to finish now. And purple brings up the rear. And that's how they finish.
A courageous run by the young lady from Purple House.
Oh, yes. She did a really good job. I wonder why they didn't let her run an earlier leg, Ian. I don't know.
This comes down to strategy.
That strategy was not
maybe
sound.
the house master or mistress, whoever is responsible for the organization of the team, I may not necessarily understand the strategy involved.
If you know, Ian, that you have one really weak runner, like the young lady who was lapped, you start the deck. You put your three best to go up first and give her that
cushion
push, right? So that even if she's passed, she wouldn't be last. See the big boys coming out. I see Sam Hawkins there. I see Jalari Tony. There, Yellow House is looking very good here in this one. Yellow House has a good team. I see Omari John there coming out. So we're going to see. This is the final event on the day's proceedings. The Open Boys 4x400 meter relay. And these young guys were waiting as we get a slight drizzle.
Very slight.
Yes, I think this was called by Ian. If I remember correctly, he called this rain at about 12 o'clock. So
no. Come on now.
Yes, he mentioned rain at about 12 o'clock, and it's here 2 plus hours later.
Come on, Perry. This is not rain. This is merely a drizzle.
It's water from the sky, Ian. And last time
precipitation.
Last time I checked, that was rain. It doesn't matter how strong.